Hello, welcome back to the show. Annalise Swan here. Now, what we are talking about today is marketing sprints for your agency. And our recording is working. This is like the fourth time, and it just was not playing the game. Anyway, we are here. Welcome. Now, why we need to talk about marketing for your agency. Now, paradoxically, many of us actually do marketing for our clients, right? And maybe it's not paradoxically because they say that like the electrician has the lights out and the mechanic has the, bald tires and all of those things. Whether that's true or not, what we need to know is that our marketing is the lifeblood of our business, right? If we are taking control of our marketing and sales, then we are taking control of our revenue. We're not leaving it in the hands of our clients to hopefully refer us one day. Where we get stuck is that often we get too busy and we tell ourselves there's no time for marketing or that we don't need to do marketing. And so marketing only really happens in like the slower times. And then maybe when it does happen, it kind of feels disconnected. Like, oh crap, the pipeline's looking a little low, so let's throw an email out or let's do some more on socials. But it doesn't feel cohesive and like there's an organized plan. There's none of the strategy and execution systems that you deliver for your clients inside our own businesses. And the reason a lot of the time this happens comes back to the treadmill trap, right? Where I talk about this a lot lately, almost every episode. It's where we undercharge and overcommit. So we're doing a lot of the work ourselves, or we have a junior team doing it. There's not a whole lot of extra profit there for outsourcing and maybe hiring another person. So we're drowning in client work typically. And we're still in the weeds because hiring someone feels like a really big deal when there's not really enough for ourselves. And we get stuck in that place where we're drowning in client work and we feel like there's no more hours in the day. And if there is hours in the day, or we squeeze in a little bit of marketing, either like what I said, it feels disconnected, or we're doing it from that really like scarcity, burnt out, hustle place. So it's not consistent. It's really not amazing. It's not going to be exceptional. And that's where the problem is, really. The problem is that in today's market, we're not going to stand out unless we are exceptional. We need to be visible and we need to be great. Those two things have to be true for us marketers and agency owners to survive in this AI age as we move forward and progress. Those two things are the things we really want to focus on. But if we're not coming back to the start of this, the cause where what happens is our offer and pricing correctly, then none of this really works very well. So today's not about pricing and offer. We just talked about that. So I'm going to put a pin in that and come back to it. But if you are crafting time in your schedule to do marketing, that's what we're talking about today. How to do that really well so that you can have a system for yourself and your agency that feels easy, that feels doable, that you can be consistent around, you can feel great about, you know it's happening, your team knows it's happening, and it doesn't take so much out of you and it's not left to the last minute. The thing that really drove this home for me was when I realized that I spent my entire week growing my clients' businesses and mine was staying the same, right? All of my energy, my best work was delivered into my clients' businesses, into growing their companies, and they were growing. And I was sacrificing my own company's growth as a result. Now, yes, we do want to give our best for our clients. Yes, we do want to deliver exceptional results, but not at the cost of our own goals and dreams. That's not why we start a business. This is not a charity. We want to use our business as the vehicle to everything that we want in life. And we can, but we have to do this consistently. So let's talk about what that can look like. Let's talk about the easiest way to do it. Let's talk about all of the things so that you can get a plan for this year and beyond. So when I talk about marketing sprints, what I'm really talking about here is marketing one offer to one audience and promising one outcome. We are not trying to be everything to everyone in this instance. Now, you can have more offers, but every month I want you to pick one thing that you are going to push, one method, one audience, one outcome, one thing that you are promising to your ideal client that month. And there are 5 decisions that you're going to make when you are crafting your annual plan and your monthly sprints. And that's it. 5 decisions for every month. It will not take you that long to really plan this out. Yes, it's going to take longer to craft your emails or your actual campaigns, but deciding and thinking about this ahead of time strategically about what offer and what month, that is going to, a lot of that hard work is going to be done, and you and your team can then sit down and get creative. So the 5 decisions. The first one is your offer. Now, remember, I just talked about this in terms of putting a pin in it. Your offer, ideally high ticket, high profit. We want to solve a big problem. Therefore, we have a big offer. We have something that is juicy. I'm not talking about I can do your social media posts, right? We want to solve a problem with this offer. We want to be paid appropriately. We want to have some profit in there so that we can pay our team amazingly. All of those good things. What offer this month? Let's talk about the next month. What offer are you going to promote? Is it your lead gen services? Is it your podcast production? Is it like, what is it? What's the one offer? Next, decision number 2. What are your goals with this offer? Do you want 1 new client? Do you want 4 new clients? Do you want to sell 10 of them? What is your goal for the month? Now, in our agency, we would only ever onboard 1 client per month. So that would be my goal. Now, what is your goal for that specific offer next month? The third decision is your budget. Now, what is your time or money budget? You are going to spend one of them or both of them. So, what is the budget? Are you going to spend $1,000 in ads? Are you going to spend an hour a day? Are you going to pay your team member to spend 3 hours a day in outreach or whatever it is that you're going to get them to do? What is your budget that you are going to invest in order to achieve the goal? Now, if you already know your numbers, make sure those 2 things align. I don't need to tell you that. But if I said that my goal was 4 new clients and my budget is $200 or it's 1 hour, that is probably not going to happen. It is going to cost me about $200 to get 1 consultation on the books. I'm not going to get 4 clients with $200. And maybe if it was a referral campaign, potentially, but then I would be paying out some of that money because I had a commission for the referral. So, what is your budget? That's the third decision. The fourth decision is the Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube is our marketing plan. A Rubik's Cube has 3 layers. And I don't know if you know this about Rubik's Cubes. I didn't until a couple of years ago, where all of my kids literally got given Rubik's Cubes for Christmas and they became obsessed. And what I thought a Rubik's Cube was that you just randomly kept moving the things around and eventually, hopefully, maybe they might all go in the right order. What I actually learned is that there is a formula. And if you want that little orange square to go up 3 and over to the other side, then there is a actual formula to make that happen. For example, then you have to twist it 3 times to the right and 1 time to the left and then 1 time again. There is actually a formula to move things from one plane to the other, to move them up, to move them over. Like, there is a whole system. I did not decide to spend more than about 10 minutes playing with this thing to try and figure it out. But my kids nailed it. They spent days, and now my then 11-year-old can do it hers in less than a minute because there's a formula. And it's the same with marketing. And with marketing, the 3 layers, what we're talking about is getting in front of new people, nurturing those people, and then selling to those people. So, what are our 3 things that we're going to do? What is our Rubik's Cube plan? How are we going to get in front of new people this month? If you have chosen an ad budget, well, that's how you're going to spend those ads on Google or Meta or wherever it is you're going to spend them. That is how you're going to get in front of new people. Alternatively, if you're spending time, maybe you're getting on podcasts, maybe you're going to conferences, maybe you're sponsoring an event. There's so many options. But what are you doing to get in front of new people? Once you are in front of new people, how are you nurturing them? Do you have an email? Do you have a podcast? What are they getting? Are you going to phone them and speak to every single person who engaged with you at this conference? How are you nurturing those people? And what are you inviting them into? Most of us are going to have a sales conversation. What does that look like? How are we bridging the nurture to the sales conversation? Is it we're just presenting this limited time offer? But what does that actually look like? That's a decision you need to make. And the last thing, the fifth decision to make when we're creating our marketing sprints is the hook or the angle. Now, I put this last because it often takes the most time, but you will potentially even make this decision first because this is what we're really going to build everything else around. What is the hook or what is the angle? Are you helping e-commerce people get ready for Black Friday sales? And you have all of these proof things that you can proof things. Goodness, you can tell that I'm tired. I'm recording in the afternoon and I don't normally. That's okay. We're going to push through. Maybe you have all these proof, all these testimonials and things that you are going to pull together because that's your angle that you are going to push for this campaign so that you have 3 new e-commerce clients ready to do their November Black Friday sales with. Whatever your angle, we're going to build the whole campaign around that. So we really want that solid. Spend time on it. Really spend time on it. I would do a thinking session on this to say, what is the angle for this offer campaign for this month, and really drill down, get the best of your thinking here on the hook, because that is going to be the thing that either sells and gets you to your goal or doesn't. If people respond to the hook, they're going to lean in. If it's vanilla, it's vanilla. They're just going to let it pass by. They're going to wait for the next one. So really think about here the offer and your ideal audience and who it is you're going to speak to and what is the angle? What do they really want? What problem are you solving? The more specific you can speak to that exact problem, the more they're going to feel understood and lean in. And I heard somebody speak about this recently, that pain point marketing doesn't work anymore. Of course, pain point marketing works, right? We are human beings. It is scientifically proven. We want to get away from pain and towards pleasure. The more we can speak to that problem that our client is facing, the more specifically in detail and understood they feel, the more they feel like we have the solution as well. Now, I'm not talking about sleazy techniques where you're digging the knife in. There's a way to do this with integrity, but you genuinely can help your clients. You genuinely save them time and money and make their business better. So if we don't do a good job in articulating exactly where we move them from and where we move them to, then we're really doing them and us a disservice. So the last thing I want to talk about, because I want to make sure that you get what you deserve from this campaign. And said with love, you are not going to get what you deserve from this campaign or any campaign if you do not follow up. I know. I know it's awkward. I know that you can feel sleazy. I know that you think that if they want it, they're going to get it. And no, actually, not necessarily, because you are working with business owners. And business owners, just like you, are busy. They are potentially, most likely, also drowning in client work. They're probably also parents or have families. They're doing a million things. Perhaps they really, really wanted to take advantage of that offer and they scrolled past accidentally and it disappeared on Instagram because it refreshed on them. Maybe they saw your ad and they clicked on it and then the phone rang and they had to rush to daycare. Maybe they just forgot. Please follow up. Please follow up. Please follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. This is so important. We're doing a whole episode on this next week because I see so many people leaving money on the table. And that used to be me too, until I had a mentor who said, keep up with them until they tell you not to. Anyone who's shown a little bit of interest, Sprinkle extra love on them. You want to give them white glove service. You want to hold them by the hand and lead them through and show them exactly how you can help them. You are a high ticket service. Your clients want to feel looked after. They want to be guided. They want to be supported. They want that high level white glove service. They want it. If you're going to pay multiple thousands of dollars of something, you want to do that with someone who is leading you. You want a leader. You don't want to lead them. You want a guide. You're asking for this service. You want them to hold you by the hand and walk you through and say, this is what we're going to do then. This is what we're going to do then. And you want them to follow up. You want that person to show you that they want your business, and not in a sleazy, scammy, like scarcity way, in a really in a service-based way. If you know you can serve this person, this business, if you know you can do a great job for them, let them know. Do not ghost them, right? Don't say they ghosted me. You ghosted them. If you don't get back to them, if you don't follow up, you ghosted them. And yes, it's awkward, but I promise you, you will still be alive at the end of sending that extra email. And if we're not willing to get uncomfortable and do the things that other people aren't willing to do, we're not going to have the businesses that other people don't have. I'm going to go more about this next week. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to do a recap. So what we want in our agency is we want to take the reins. We want to take control of our income. We want to take control of our sales, control of our cash flow. How we do that, how it starts, is by planning monthly marketing sprints. One offer, one audience, one outcome. And when we're crafting those, we need 5 decisions, right? We've just got to make 5 decisions. What is our offer? What is the goals for the offer? What is our budget to get there? What is our Rubik's Cube marketing? So how are we getting in front of new people, nurturing them and selling to them? And what is our hook? What is our angle? That's our 5 decisions. 5 decisions every month. I want to hear that you did this. I really want to hear that you've done this in 2026. Plan out your months. Know when exactly you're going to do them so that you are not scrambling once it gets midway through the month and going, oh my gosh, I don't have a campaign. Hang on, I need to post on social media. Hang on, I need to send the email. And you want to be the leader. You want to be the go-to in the space. You have to lead. And this is where it starts, being intentional, having a plan, knowing where you're taking your company, taking your team, and taking your clients. Have fun with this. And if you need any support, as always, reach out, annalisewarn.com/consult, book a call with me or a member of my team, and we can help you craft it. All right. Thanks so much. See you on the next one.